All right, computer, do your thing. Facebook does that. Yes, it does.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Linda Israel, and thank you so very much for coming to my live stream here on YouTube. I greatly appreciate your support and for taking the time to come here and hang out. There are a few things that I want to go over before the actual live started, so this is a recording. First of all, I want to make sure that you like this video and subscribe, so give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. When you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell up in the corner. That way you'll get a notification whenever I upload a video. I have a broadcast post or even a live stream. If you're watching this video as a replay and you're on a computer, look for the little gear at the bottom. You can change the speed to speed it up. Or if you're on a mobile device, look for the little three dots and usually you can change the playback speed there. My live streams generally last about 2 hours. They can go as long as 3 hours. It kind of depends on what we're working on that day and how the feedback is in the chat. While you're watching, you earn junk bucks. So if you are here in order to get those junk bucks accumulating, go ahead and type hello in the chat and my little bot, Junkie Joe, will see you and then you'll start accruing junk bucks. And you're wondering, well, what do I do with those junk bucks? Well, you can accumulate those, and once you have 2,000 of them, you can type exclamation point award and you can redeem them for a $10 off coupon to my shop. You can earn junk bucks while you're here and when you are chatting, as well as when you play the in-chat game. So look for those as they come up and if you make a donation. For those of you that make a donation during my live stream, make sure that you go over to my website at lindaisrael.com, and if you haven't already done so, create a user account. When you make a donation during my live stream, basically you're buying a membership to my website and to the live stream. In my opinion, what we're doing is you're accumulating that money in my account. Thank you for that donation. And as a reward, you will get 5% off your orders at lindaisrael.com. And during the live stream, if I have a journal that I'm giving away at the very end, you are eligible to win that journal. Anybody that makes a donation gets into that drawing by manually typing in the raffle at the end, but then you also get the discount membership on my website. Thank you to Robin, who is my administrator during the live stream. She helps me out with answering questions as well as giving information. She is also my administrator over at the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, please do. We'd love to have you over there. You're welcome to share what you're working on. Speaking of sharing, during the live today, you can speak up in the chat and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. You will not be able to share your link to your channel, but you can at least say, hey, my name is, and this is what I do. And then your friends that come into the chat can follow each other. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you will be kind to those that are here. If you have a question, put it in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those. The chat sometimes goes pretty fast, so I don't always see it, so do ask again. And at the same time, if you're in the chat and you know the answer to somebody's question, please speak up and give them the answer. Check the description box for links to products that I share today. Yes, I am an Amazon affiliate, which means I do get a commission on items that you purchase through my link. If you're going to buy something anyway, I greatly appreciate it. It does not cost you any extra. It just gives me a little bit of a commission, which helps me buy products to show you here. If you win one of the raffles, you can start right now by typing exclamation point raffle. Do make sure that you go over to my website, and if you haven't already created a user account, that way I will have your contact information so I can send you your prize. I am starting a raffle right now that is for 200 junk bucks, so you can get well on your way to accumulating your junk bucks. Let's have some fun today and let's get started. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm not awake either. Shouldn't be buffering. We should be good. Hello, everybody. I'm here. I hope you're well. I had gotten up earlier to let the dogs out and get me something to drink, and I had a notification on Facebook, so I was answering messages, and I'm just sitting here. Normally my watch will buzz at me reminding me what time it is, and then I got a notification from Robin. I was like, oh, I guess it's time. I'm here. Oh dear. It is hot, hot, hot today. I think it's my watch says it's 98 degrees. What does the computer say? It's hot, 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 hot. Oh yes, thank you, Robin. I got to have lunch with Robin and Jennifer last Friday, and that was so amazing. I loved hanging out with them. So thank you for hanging out with me for the day. I think I'm going to change this. Let's see if this is better. I guess it's a little bit wider view. I zoomed out just a little bit. 111 with the heat index. That's what Robin says it is here in Oklahoma, in Yukon. Anyhow, so I got to meet with them, so I got to see a little bit about what I was working on with the Peacock Journals, and they are chunky. This is just one part of it. It's crazy. I have an idea, so I'm going to kind of show you. Freezing in Australia, ice on the cars. Oh my gosh, Naomi. Come on over and burn up. Of course, when we're freezing in the winter, you all be in summer. I have an idea that I'm thinking of doing. I've got two different boxes here. So I'm going to change my camera view. Let's just go here. So I got out, come on computer, I got out, let me get in the camera view. This is a shoe box that I had in my stash. Let me move it back over here so you can see this. And my thought was I would put my journals, once I get the covers on them, I'm kind of just temporarily putting them in here. And then you could see the spines of the journals that will be in here. And then this is big enough. I haven't decided if I want this one or I have another one. That I have these giant pieces of cardboard. Oh, come on. Don't flash out on me. Giant pieces of cardboard that Henry gave me that came in a shirt. And it looks like a giant file folder. And so my thought was I would put it in the back of this, and I'll stabilize this piece here. I'll cut off this part up here, and then this will just be a little display. I've got some fabric that I've saved that I'm thinking of putting on here, probably some papers and whatnot. So that's part of my thought process that I'm going to be working on. Today, I'm going to get this one out. Oh yeah, and I want to show y'all these. And I'm going to set this. This is going to go once it's put together. I don't know if y'all can see this back here on my shelf. I made a spot for it. Let me see if can y'all see that? Kind of just right there. So when it's all finished, it'll have a little spot there on my shelf. So I'm thinking about that. All right, now I'm getting hot in here, so I'm going to put my hair up. All right, let's get my hair doohickey. There we go. There. All right, so I want to show you what Jennifer gave me. She always finds the coolest things. And this is perfect for my Peacock Journal. Isn't that cool? It's a pen that's kind of a turquoisey color, and it's got this, what is that, a moth? I think it's a moth. It was a pen that's been glued on there, and it's got peacock feathers. So I think that'll be really pretty to go with my journal. And she also gave me this little piece. I'll get it out. You just need to stay in the warm places all year round. Oh, no. Well, I hope you get better, Naomi. And then this is it's a metal piece, and then there's a pin on here. The pin can be removed that she gave me, that she purchased. I thought that was really pretty. I don't know yet how I'm going to use that. I may find a spot to put it on the box maybe. And then she gave me a few other little things. Look at this piece of trim that has a little bit of some rhinestones all over it. Isn't that gorgeous? And then this is some samples of like upholstery fabric. And then these are, because I do my nails, and she knows I love doing my nails, these are tiny, tiny flat back pearls and rhinestones. So I can use them like these on my nails. And then we were talking about threads, and she gave me this gold crochet thread. And then this one's a thinner gold, and it has little sequins every so often on it. So those will be handy to use. And then she gave me some of this beautiful ribbon. It sparkles. And then she said, I thought this looked like a tail of a peacock with these little flowers. So I've got lots of little goodies to add. So I'm going to put them back in the little baggie so I can find them when I'm ready for them. And my thought was, this little box that I'm going to make with it, I can put extra stuff to the side of my journals. To the side of my journals. Okay, so I've got this piece here that I started last couple of weeks. You know, we've been working on this, and I did some modification. I had a magnet in here to help keep this closed. However, this was before I got my new size of magnets, and the magnet isn't strong enough to go through this ribbon on here. So what I did was I have these fastener dots, which are basically a Velcro dot. I don't know what you're supposed to use the name, because Velcro is a brand name, but it's a fastener dot is what they called it, a Velcro. And I cut them in half, and I put one a little bit further from each other so that this would fit on here and stay closed, because it wasn't staying closed before. The girls, when we went to lunch, they were noticing that it kept flopping around. So this is on here, and we can open this up. It's a journal card. I don't know if I need to add anything to this. I could add a sentiment, but I kind of like the way that it looks. This was a greeting card from American Greetings. I don't know if you can find these. Maybe if you did a Google search, Peacock note cards, because they're a note card size. And then I added the peacock image on a piece of cardstock to give it a little bit more color. I'm just making sure. I thought I heard a noise. And then on the inside here, oh, that's what I haven't done. I haven't decorated this paint chip. I can't get my words out. Paint chip. That's a paint chip. And so I'm going to put that in this pocket. And so my goal today is just to kind of go through this and see what I need to add. So let's decorate this guy. I've got a basket full of stuff back here. So I'm just going to bring it over here for just a moment. Kind of flip through it. I believe I have some text weight paper in here. Maybe even, that's kind of pretty, a piece of coffee dyed paper that I can, there we go, cover that with. This back. So my thought was, let's glue this on, try to get this side, it's smoother. If I glue that on there and trim that out, then there'll be writing space on the back side. Since this is a paint chip, it's kind of a glossy, it's a coated paper. And so I'm going to glue this down. Hey, Jennifer, thank you again for the goodies you gave me. Oh, I understand, Naomi. You're excited to get back your craft space, yeah? Well, we look forward to seeing your beautiful creations. We love seeing what you create. All right, that needs to be cleaned off. Okay. Had a glue booger. So we don't want glue boogers. All right. Just putting a little bit of glue on there. I'm just using the Beacon. I think this is the 3-in-1. It's a lot like the Fabri-Tac glue. All right, we'll line that up with the edge. And I'll get my bone folder here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How is everybody? What you been doing? I've been, let's see, I got to meet with Jennifer and Robin on Friday for lunch. That was nice to hang out with them for a little while. It was hot. Oh my gosh, it was so hot. We need to do it again, ladies, but we need to go somewhere that has good air conditioning. What else? Been working, of course, at work, doing my things there. I went to a thrift store the other day. I got a t-shirt for $2. The Goodwill near us has a sale. So for the week, they'll have a sign that says price tags that are yellow are 50% off. Price tags that are blue are 50% off, so on and so forth, depending on the week. And I happened to go, and I've been looking for some teal colored t-shirts, and I got one for $2. And then I went back the other day. Yes, AC's a mess. I went back the other day, and I found a really pretty blue floral that's kind of velvet. The flowers are textured. It reminds me of this upholstery fabric here, but it is a lighter weight fabric, which is perfect for a top. And so I bought it because it was $2. All right, so I've got this paint chip, and I'm thinking maybe putting, do I want to go all the way up? Maybe something like that. I'm just using the scrap that I had, so I thought maybe I'd put that right in the middle, and then maybe we'll find something else. Let me see what I have here. I've moved things around, and so I'm trying to remember what I did with everything. I've been working in my craft space. I still need to get some more boxes, but I did make a good dent, and we'll get this out, in my storage behind me. I've kind of talked about that. I've got these boxes that I have been building to go into this storage unit. That storage unit I got for free when I worked for the insurance company. It was their mail sorting cabinet. So they had mail that they would send out to all the counties in Oklahoma for the insurance company, and they replaced it. They got a whole new unit, and they were going to throw this away, so I took it. And for years, I had a hodgepodge of different types of containers to put things in the slot. Sometimes I didn't even use a container. I just stuck stuff in the slot. But I wanted to make it look neater. And so I finally found boxes on Amazon that were the right size. And then I've been building the boxes because they come flat. And then I've been putting paper on the front and hardware on them. And so today I finished the bottom row. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 times 6 that I have put together already. And then I need to buy, I think it's 50 more boxes is what I have to buy in order to get enough. They come in groups of 25 because I've got another little unit that you can't see on camera, but it's over that way. And then on the other side where I sit, I've got another cabinet that I want to fill in. So I'm slowly getting it all organized, trying to figure out what needs to go where, and I'm about to start going through and making piles of things that I don't use to get rid of, because I just need to do it. I've not done it, but I need to. I'm trying to decide how I want to get rid of it. If I want to do something like do a live stream and do a auction type thing. Oh, that might be kind of pretty on there. I don't know. I can't decide if I just want to take pictures of it and list it on Facebook Marketplace or on my website for the things that maybe someone else could use. They're good items. I just don't, they don't fit my needs. I think I'm going to put that on there. I think that would look good. All right, so let's trim this piece. I'm going to get my little paper trimmer and trim it. All right, so I think I'm going to turn it over. Yeah, I want it this way. And I'm going to mark it. And let's see, let's put it right about there maybe. Yeah, all right. So I'm just going to cut this off. I'm going to line it up with the edge. Let's see how that looks. Oh, let's turn it this way. If I position it just right, it covers up the text. And then I'll put this on top of it. What do you think? Wouldn't that be pretty? Got a little scrap left over. Put it back in my little container. All right. Let's get rid of this. Let's get the distressing ink out. And let's go around the edges and we'll glue this down. I'm trying to bring myself to get rid of things that maybe I've had for years and years and years and I've not done anything with them, or maybe it was a craft that I used to do but I haven't really done it in a long time. That's my next goal, is to kind of go through things. The paper crafts I still do. I love it. You know, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with the stuff that I've had forever. I think that looks pretty. Kind of, yeah, it does blend in there. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, I think that would be pretty on there. And then hopefully it won't catch too much when we put it in the pocket. And we'll put a little tassel on the top. Oh, I should have done the back. I can still do that. Glad to have y'all here hanging out with me today. I feel like I'm making some really good progress on this Peacock Journal. We're going to try to make a cover for one of the elements. I think I'm going to use this glue. Okay. Glue it down. We got to glue it down. Sometimes I wish they had a better closure on those. All right, so I'm going to line this up. Try to get it straight. Okay. Smooth that out. I was looking at something that Jennifer gave me, that the big feather round that you gave me, Jennifer. I'm trying to decide what to do with it. I bought a sticker that says dream. I got it at the Dollar Tree, and I'm thinking about putting that in the center of the black area of those feathers that you gave me on the round thing. I don't know what it is. It was a table decoration, I think, that you would lay other stuff on top of, but I'm thinking of turning it into a wall hanging. But I need to fill that black space in. All right, so let's put that right here. Okay. Smooth that down. Wiping off any glue. Okay, that looks good. So how's that? That'll look pretty. All right, let's punch a hole in the top. I think I'll use the ID slot punch on this one. Let's see here. Let's go this way. Just kind of centering it. There. And let's find some fabric, and then we'll go over to the sewing machine. So let's get the sewing lamb out. Sewing lamb! You love that? Yeah! Do I see the lovely pattern on the feather? Kind of. It kind of goes through it. You like that idea, Jennifer? Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Do, do, do. So this is the feather round, and then I've got this sticker that says dream, but I want to fill in this area with something else. And then my thought was, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I could hang it. I've got a spot up here. I don't know where I want to put it yet, but I think maybe up here, or I could put it above there. But I've got to figure out what I want to fill this black area in. All right, put this back. And I bumped my table with my sewing lamb. I bumped everything. All right, so now let's find some fabric. Oh, I got this little piece. I just saw this little piece in here. So we're going to use it. All right, let's kind of poke that through. It doesn't need to be very long, so I'm just going to get it about that long maybe. And I'm going to trim that off. I like my new little sewing table that I'm using, which is actually a computer table, because I can put my fabric scissors in it, and I always put them back, and I know where they are. Emboss, oh, in gold, emboss my little feather and stamp on it. Yeah, that would be a cute way to do it too, huh? All right, let's go over to the sewing machine. So I've got a regular sewing machine. I've got it set up for a zigzag stitch. I've got black thread in the upper and the lower, and I'm just going to stitch across here. Hopefully it will cooperate today. Okay. So, yeah, it's stitched across there. That looks good. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's put this one back. Okay, and then this is going to go right in here. This is just a simple journal card that I made. And the pocket doesn't go super deep. That way we can put these items in it and it doesn't get lost. But we got some good layers right there. I think this side has already been decorated. I could add some more things, but I think for the most part this looks pretty good over here. And then this goes back, and then this closes, and I'll hook the Velcro back up, and then this flips over. So over here, I didn't put any rhinestones on this side, and I didn't really put any rhinestones over here. I got one right there. Do I need any more rhinestones? I don't know. I think I'm going to leave it. Now this side I used another one of those magnetic pieces to close it up. This was some stickers that were given to me, and I've put in a little envelope that Jennifer made that came with a little Peacock Journal card. That'll go right back in here. I could add more stuff to it. I've got this piece of folded card, and then I added some little elements. So let's decorate this little blue folded card with something, because I think that needs something on it. And let me look here. This side has a journal card. This flips open, and I've added a few things inside of it. I don't know that we need to put anything on there. So I think that's what we'll do next. So what do we want to put on here? Let's look. Ooh, no, I mean, this may be too square. But maybe what I can do is trim it. So if I cut that as a rectangle, and then we could do some gold embossing around that edge, that would be pretty on there. So let's get a pen. And let's see, where do we want to trim this? I'm going to put it this way. Trying to get it somewhat even. All right, so if I do it right about there, that'll be good, so we can still see the peacock image on there. I get my little paper cutter and cut that off. Got a little scrap. There's a little bit of a peacock peeking out. Peeking peacock. Okay. Put this away. And then if we put that on here, don't you think it needs the gold embossing powder around the edges? I think it does. I'm going to go ahead and distress this piece, and then we'll get out the embossing powder. Hey, Raven! So glad you're here. I just still think it's funny that you can't see Raven's comments. All right, so should we do glitter gold? I think we should do glitter gold. I'm going to get that out. There's the glitter gold. We've got the Versamark pad. Get my special tool, tablespoon. All right, so do we want to use, we're going to be able to see just around that perimeter. I think I'm going to use the feather. This is from Beeline Designs. All right, I'm going to scrap a paper and line it up, up. Close this, open that, all that good stuff. Okay. Yummy glitter embossing powder. All right, so let's do this. Ink, ink, ink. And then we're going to stamp it. Okay, I can see that. So I'm going to go over here. Kind of do the same thing. All right, let's see if we can do like this. That. This. That. There. Okay. Put my pad back. And then let's take this guy. And let's put it in here and sprinkle some embossing powder on it. I think that'll look really good. Nice and sparkly. All right, let's put the lid on here, put this away. I've been moving things around in my room. Behind me back here, I've got these little boxes, and I was noticing that I have a tendency to put out too many things on my desk that I want to be able to get to, but I don't need to necessarily have them on my desk all the time. So I'm starting, since I've got all my boxes on that bottom row done over here, I'm starting to move them around where if it's an item that's not used very often, it's not that I need to be able to turn around and get it. It can just be available somewhere in my room. So I'm trying to move those things from right behind me so I could put the things that I want to be able to access quickly behind me. It's a process because you have to kind of think about, what am I using? I was talking to Raven. I was talking to, I just left a comment on one of her messages that she posted in the Facebook group. There's so many things that we have, but if we haven't touched them for 6 months or a year or longer, then more than likely, maybe we're not going to be using them anytime soon, or we need to go ahead and put them together as a theme that we know we're going to make. We want to make a Peacock Journal, so we put all the Peacock items together, and then I'm going to start trying to do this on some of my things and put a date that says need to complete by, and basically kind of hold myself. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Yes. Yeah, if you're storing stuff outside, you got to make sure about the weather that takes care of your stuff. You got to figure out what works for you. And I don't know. I'm just kind of just messing around. I think that looks so elegant, doesn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? Ah, I love it. All right, let's glue those together. But I've got to get rid of stuff, and it's really hard. Henry keeps harassing, just get rid of it. I said, I can't. I have an emotional attachment to a lot of this stuff, and I came from nothing. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. I went barefoot during the summer, so when I got shoes, I was happy to have them. I didn't care what they looked like. I wore them till they fell apart. Isn't that gorgeous? So I have a tendency to hang on to things. All right, so now, see how that looks. Let's put it this way. Oh yeah, that way you can see the little peacock. Peacock peeking out. I like that. Okay, that looks good. All right, so this was here. I think the tag, yeah, it just pretty much, I don't think it needs anything else. It has a little dangle on there. It's blank on the back side. I did put a gold frame around it. That goes right here. Flip this over. Okay, I don't have anything in here. This, I can't remember where it goes in this journal, so I'm going to put it in the back of this pocket. I think it'll fit. That way it has a spot. So I need some journal cards, tags, or something to go in here, and maybe something to add to these pockets. This is just a little piece of cardstock here. So let's see what I've got left. I've got these. I don't want it to stick out, but I could put it in here. I mean, I know it covers up that one, but maybe that's what we need, some layers. Thank you so very much, Raven. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so I think that'll go there. What else we got here? Body. I'm listening to 90s, 80s, and 90s music. Rock your body. Ooh, I haven't used this butterfly image. I don't want to cover that up, but maybe what I could do is put him on a little tag. Let's put him on a tag. Let's tag him, baby. All right, here, we got a little piece of blue. So if I were to put that, okay. I think I did make, okay, I did. So what I need to do first is I need to see if I can get this to fit in here. And I need to trim it down just a smidge. And that side looks crooked. So I'm going to cut that side off. Make it straight. I'm just going to go ahead and take it to 2 1/4 inches. And let's see if that fits now. It does. And then what if we were to put this guy kind of sticking out the top. Wouldn't that be kind of pretty on there? But we still see this pretty paper. Pretty people. Ah! Where is everybody? Why aren't you commenting today? Where's Jennifer? How are your chickens, Jennifer? All right, so I think I want... Well, I like this one too, but let's see if there's one. I think this is the one that needs to go on a card going this way. Maybe kind of like a postcard size. Let's see what I can find in my scraps of stuff. I just dropped something. Where'd it go? All right. Do we want purple or blue? Probably blue. This is how I'm storing my paper scraps. My sticky note that says blue scraps is not on there, but I think it's pretty easy to see what it is. Let's see what I've got in here. I think I'm out of cardstock pieces. That one's this one's got a sticky back on it. Let's see something. Maybe if I layer it on top of something else. I don't know. We'll leave that out for a moment. Let's see what else I have in here. Here's another piece of cardstock so we could layer it. It's not very pretty though. I think we need a brighter blue. Oh, you know what? We'll alter the color. That's what we'll do. I can get some tattered angels out and let's add some color to these pieces. I think that's what we'll do. Okay. Put my other scraps back in my storage. Okay. Now, let's do this. I'm going to add some distress inks to this piece and glue it together. Emerald green or gold. Yeah, I don't have my green out, so maybe I'll paint or add some gold to it. I can go grab my green box. Let me go grab my green papers. I haven't added my green painting to the front of this box yet. I've been doing it slowly but surely. Oh, I just saw that. Don't do that to me. That's just rude. Okay. My Velcro came off my box, so I'm gluing it back down. All right. Yeah. May have to pull this one out. Set this over here for a moment. I have a dark green. What if we were to layer this? That would look kind of pretty, wouldn't it, with that darker green? All right, we'll do that. I just saw this in that green box. That's kind of pretty. I'm going to put it with my trims in case I want to use that later. Okay. So here's what I need. I need to glue this piece onto the top here. And it's okay if it sticks out. So we're gonna test it for the fit. I think if I do it like halfway, that would be kind of cute across there. Now, do I want to trim off those corners to make it rounded? Or I can bring it down. I'll bring it down just a smidge so it kind of covers the top of the page. I think that works better. All right. Great. Wow. Okay. I was just reading a comment from Robin. She said she just read a report that the CDC lied about the bird flu. Is this recent? Wow. That's kind of scary. All right. Oh, I got glue up too high. So I'm going to wipe off the excess. Trying to get that straight. All right, we'll let that dry for a minute. All right, so I need to make a card to go here. And getting a ruler that I can read the numbers on. Oh, weird. Well, hopefully that Jennifer doesn't get any bird flu with her chickens. All right, so this is approximately 5.5 inches. So if I made a journal card that's 5 inches by 4.25, 5 by 4, 4 by 5. Let's do 4 by 5. Let's see if this will be the right size. All right, so this piece is 3.5 inches. So if I make this, we'll just make it 4.25. We'll save that piece. We may use it some other place. And then I want to make this 5 inches. Oh, we'll do 5.25. Just so that it stays within. Okay. And I'm going to test it. So it fits right there. And then my thought was I would put a piece of this behind here. So I'm going to cut this just a little bit bigger and trim that edge off. Okay. There. Come on. There we go. All right. Let's go back here. Now we got these pieces. Now, do I want to add some gold embossing on here? I was going to layer this piece on like that, and then this will stick over here. I could emboss this in gold. I've got the henna rose. I think that would look pretty on here. So we're going to do that next. Put this up here. That gold glitter embossing powder, might as well. Got to close my box that has all my green pieces in it. Okay, go back there, and glitter embossing powder. All right, what did I do with my spoon? Well, that's weird. I just saw it. Oh, there it is. It fell. It fell in the drawer. Okay. All right. Denied again by the glitter boss. Oh my goodness. Do you feel abused? All right, let's do the, do I want to do the henna rose? I'm trying to decide if I want to just stamp it multiple times around the edges, kind of like we did that feather. I think so. All right, so I'm going to start it here. Kind of go this way. Let's see how this looks. I think that'll look good. I'll go ahead and let's emboss this real fast. And then that way I can kind of fill in where there's holes. Feeling neglected again, Julie? Eggs are becoming fewer in the shops because of the bird flu down in Australia, huh? I don't follow the news because it's all gloom and doom. I don't really care. Henry usually goes to the grocery store. Occasionally we'll go together, but most of the time he goes by himself. And he bought eggs the other day. I guess we're gonna have to invest in some chickens. Or make friends with somebody who has chickens. Hint, hint. Oh dear. It's ridiculous. All the things that are going on. Yeah, Henry makes awesome breakfast food. Yes, I agree, Robin. Yes, I agree. Too morbid. Yeah. It's always something negative, nothing positive. If I need to know something, somebody will tell me. Usually my in-laws will tell me, something is going on. I'm like, really? I did not know. She says, don't you watch the news? No. What about the weather? No. I don't watch it until I get a notification on my phone that says, severe storm or something like that. Or if Robin or Jennifer sends me a message, I'll be like, oh, really? The last big storm we had, I did open the storm shelter, but I didn't go down in it. All right, let's put some embossing powder on the other spots. Okay, that looks pretty good. Close this up and put it away. Okay, and we'll heat this one up. You don't watch the news either? You sift through the news on YouTube and skip most of it? Yeah. You don't know about this bird flu? Your birds are fine. So you know what? Keep them away from other birds, Jennifer. Don't let them socialize. If they do get out, they probably should wear a mask. Don't watch the news either, Raven. Yeah, I don't want it. I don't have craft supplies in my storm shelter. No. Again, I've lived in this house since 1997, and I have never stayed in the storm shelter during a storm where they said, get in the storm. Chickens masks. Don't let other flying birds get near them. Oh dear. Put up a little sign that says, we're social distancing, stay away. Yeah, need a torch and some coloring supplies or stamp supplies. Yeah, I do have a little bag. I'll show you the bag because it's super cute. It has doggies on it. It's super cute. It's not very big, but I put some watercoloring supplies in there. So I can grab this if I'm wanting something to do right this second. It was intentional. Oh dear. So how dare you give my birds the illness? Okay, so if we put this on here, how does that look? I think that's going to be pretty. All right, let's add some distress inks to this piece. I'm going to go ahead and glue it together. Let's get my glue out. You had to go collect some storm water in a jar. Just go collect some storm water in a jar. There you go. When it's raining, just put my jar out, collect some water. I'll be good. Actually, I think there's a little bottle of water in there. Sometimes I've got this little spray bottle, and I've got a bigger one that has water in it. And sometimes I'll put that in that little bag. Okay. All right, let's add some distress inks to this. Okay. All right, let's put that down. Oh, Margie, hello! I'm so glad you're here. All right. This has an adhesive on the back, but I'm afraid, well, it may work. We'll go ahead. I was thinking I may have to add some other. It's from a Xyron. I used to use my Xyron all the time, but the adhesive got so expensive, I quit using it. I'm going to press it really good, burnishing it to get that adhesion to work really well. Oh my gosh, your dog, a friend of yours ordered dog food and got chicken food? Oh my gosh, well that's good. Oh, Julie, Natasha's got a travel case. I'll have to check it out. Okay, that's pretty. I think that turned out really nice. I'm going to add some distress inks on the outside edge. Get rid of this. Put this back over here. Thank you, Jennifer. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Adding some distress inks. All right, so Naomi said some green and gold, and so she got both. So we're going to put this one in here, and then this one will slide right under here, like that. So we still see that pretty paper underneath. Okay, this piece doesn't have anything on it. That's a scrap. And I didn't put anything else up here, so maybe we need to find another journal card. You know, I had this other blue that I got out but didn't make anything with it. So I'm thinking, how tall is this? So this is, if I make a card that is 4 inches tall. Woo! So I'm going to take this piece and cut it at 4 inches. And I'm going to fold it in half. Fold it in half. Use my bone folder here. Wow, they're perfectly synced. That's awesome. Okay, so if I put this in here, that'll look good with the layers of things. Now, do we want to put an image on that? Or do we want to do some more gold embossing? I'm obsessed. I do have, we could put that on there. just for something different. A friend of mine who was a customer, she passed away, and another customer who was her friend picked up all of her supplies. And so I happen to have an extra of the fussy cut. Oh, I didn't see those. These are some angels, looks like. But I had some extra fussy cuts from the Royal Peacock kit. So maybe I'll use a couple of those. That one would be a good one. And I know I cut this at 4 inches. I think I'm going to trim it down and glue this on top of it. Okay, let's see here. I think that'll work. Distress inks. Need a little distress inks on these pieces. I don't know, I think maybe like that. Put that on there. Not alone. To the glitter boss today. You're just not acceptable in his eyes today. Yay, the Junkie JJ flew. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Okay, and then I found this piece. I think I'm going to put it in the pocket here. Okay, I think this can go right here. And then, oh, let's do this too. She had fussy cut this out, so I might as well use it. I may go ahead and cut this area though. Okay. Junkie J flew the coop. Oh dear. I'm just kind of coming in here and cutting it a little bit closer. Okay. Put a little distressing right there. Okay. Let's glue this on here so we'll have a real pretty color. That's from the Spring Peacock kit from Norello, like Calico Collage. Okay, glue this down. Wipe off the excess glue. Press this into place. I think that looks good. That'll go in here. And then I think I'll just stick this in the pocket. I don't know what I want to do with this one. I feel like I don't need it anymore because I have all these other layers. I'm going to set it aside. Maybe we'll use it somewhere else. Okay, so this guy is in the corner here. We've layered up in here. So I think that's all good. We have the pocket here with the dangles. We have stuff in this pocket. So we can take this back. I don't know. Do we need some rhinestones on this piece? I have a couple of pieces left. So what if I were to put like a strip coming down the edge And then I've got another one that I could put just across the bottom here, just to get a little bit of bling. I think that's what I'm going to do. Be nice, Junkie Joe. No, he's not going to. Okay, I think that looks good there. Okay, if I can get the backing off. Oh, there we go. Let's try it this way. Now, should I? No, I think I'm going to go down the side. Okay. There we go. I added some bling. Okay, this side, I don't have any bling on here. Let's look to see if there's anything that needs to be updated. I think that's good. Okay, those are good. I've got some little rhinestones. Should I put some right across the top there? I am going to do this though. I've got one little rhinestone here that I think I'm going to put on here. There. Now, if I were to put that right across the top there, or up the side. Why are you being left out, Naomi? Because you haven't been here in a while? That's why. You're being punished. I think across the top. Yep. Now you have two birds as a pet because, oh my gosh. What kind of birds do you have, Naomi? My mom had is it called a green-headed conure? It's a parrot. It's a small parrot that she had right before she died. And when she died, everybody's like, we're not taking the bird. And her husband was like, well, I'll keep the bird. And the bird liked to ride on his shoulder. It rode on her shoulder all the time. And one day someone was coming in the door of their condo. This is after she died. And the bird just flew away. I guess it missed my mom, said, I'm out of here. All right, I think that looks good. So this piece that comes out, and there's a tag here that I decorated. And there's not any bling on this one. Do I want to add some? I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. On the inside, we just added things in the pockets. You know, I could put this together and then add that to the pocket. Let's do that real fast. All right, so I think I'm going to round the corners of this piece. It's a booklet. So I'm going to round the corners all the way around. And then we'll add some distress inks to it. And then I'll add this to it. Okay. Pineapple conure and an albino Quaker. Oh, cool. So you know what a conure is. My mom had one, so she loved him. I won't own a bird for the remainder of my life. Not by choice. They live far too long. All right, I like that. And do I want to go that way? That way? That way? I think we'll go like that. All right, we'll glue this down. Okay. They're pretty. I like watching videos of them when they're talkers, you know. They're fun. He talks to you all the time, causes mischief, and is cute as a button. He only sits with you, bites everyone else. Oh, dear. I think that'll work. So now we've got a little... All right, let's put this one up here. Just for a pop of different color. Oh, wait, let's swap this around so you can see the peacock head peeking out. I think that'll be good. All right, this goes back in this pocket here. Like so. And then on this side, we have some rhinestone here. We have a tag at the top here. And then this is a journal that I put in this side. And I think it's good the way that it is. All right, so I think now what I'm going to do is let's make a journal cover to hold all of this. Now if I can get it back in the pocket, there we go. To hold this mess, okay? Because it's a mess. There's a lot of stuff in here. And I hope that I made it thick enough. So let's see. I've got... This is approximately 1.5, almost 2 inches. I may need to recut my spine piece. So let's see here. I got some fabric out. I've got that piece of that velour-y, velvety stuff that I'm going to use. And this is the spine that I had originally cut. And I know I saved a piece. So let's see. This one is wider. It is 2 inches wide. So I'm going to use this piece. Hopefully my piece of fabric that I pre-cut is enough. So I've got some chipboard here. This is a little bit thicker. If it's not very thick, you can always glue 2 of them back to back to make them thicker. But this one's pretty thick. He makes a kissy noises. Aw, that's cute. Oh, Naomi, you got the boss fight started, so we saw you for that part. Okay. I think this will work. All right, y'all probably can't see it very well, but basically what I do is I cut my cover to be a little bit larger than my journal. So I know this is going to go right into the spine, and I made it 1/2 inch bigger so it'll stick out past it just a little bit. And in this case, it is 6.5 inches by 9.5 inches wide. Or, excuse me, 6.5 inches wide, 9.5 inches tall. And then I like to leave a little bit of a gap between what's going to be the spine piece. You know what I haven't done? I haven't picked a piece of cardstock to go on the inside. So I'll have to do that in a moment. Okay. I think that'll work. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac or beacon glue. I like to glue my spine down first. So I'm just going to put a generous amount of glue on here. This was some upholstery fabric that my friend Phoebe gave me. That I think the fabric was given to her by a friend of hers that did, I think she was a designer. And so she had lots of upholstery samples and scraps that she wasn't going to use because it wasn't enough to sell to a client. So she gave them to Phoebe, and Phoebe's like, I don't do anything with upholstery. Do you want it? I said, sure. You've moved into education instead of health? Oh, so are you teaching? Wow. Terminal cancer. Oh, my goodness. my dog Oreo, you were talking about specialty needs. He is completely blind now. So we have to kind of help him a little bit. But he goes outside. If I open the door for him, I say, go outside. He'll go outside by himself, and he'll go potty, and he'll find his way back inside. If there's an obstacle in his way that wasn't there previously and he didn't know how to navigate around it, he'll get upset and kind of bark. But otherwise, he gets around pretty good. So what happens when they get older? Naomi, you finally won something. You haven't seen me make a cover like this in a while. It's been a while since I've done one. I don't know what, I've got some fabric pieces I may use to put on the cover. Let me smooth that out. Slide that in here. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in the corners and then fold in the edges. Yeah, when they cross the Rainbow Bridge, I agree, Margie. It's hard. It's so heartbreaking when you come to the end and they're leaving us for good. I am not looking forward to when both Hercules and Oreo cross that Rainbow Bridge. I just hope that they don't do it too close together because I will be grieving forever if that happens. I think we're not going to get any pets for a while. Henry and I, we want to travel more, and we used to do it quite a bit when the dogs were younger because it wasn't that hard on them to have a dog sitter that, you know, they knew them, but they didn't really know them. But now it's just too hard because they don't know who is here, and they really prefer to be with us. So we're just kind of limiting how often we go right now. I think we don't go again until October. And I'm hoping that the same dog sitter we had will be able to come and take care of them. Okay, I'm just going to put some glue on here. Okay. Smooth this out. Okay. Go over here and do this side. Oh, cool. Well, I hope you're enjoying it, Naomi. I hope that's something that you're really liking. Robin needs more tea. Yeah, I've got to make tea when Henry gets home tonight. I forgot to make it before the 2 o'clock cutoff of our electricity. We don't use much electricity from 2 to 7 because we're on what's called smart hours. And I got the last of the tea that was in the refrigerator. I went, oh, it's after 2 o'clock. I can't make it yet, but I got it all ready. I got the tea kettle filled with water, and I put the tea bags in the pitcher that I use, and so all I gotta do is heat up the water and pour it over and let it steep for a few minutes. We like peach tea. Motioning down. Oh, well, that's good. But the kids are amazing little people. Oh, well, good. I mean, I understand it can be emotionally draining. Okay. That's looking good. I think I've got some fabric that I've printed that I want to put on the front of this. So I'll get those out. And then I need to get some cardstock to put on the inside. Okay, fold this over. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. All right, I saw the fabric pieces. Is this it? Yes. So I've got three or four, I can't remember. All right, this is the same pattern. This is the same pattern. And I've already used that other one. All right. So do we want this one? Or do I want this one? I'm trying to decide here. Or this one. I'm kind of thinking I like this one here. Then I want to put it on the front. Up at the top here. Now, I think what I may do is sew it onto a piece of cardstock and then glue it down so it'll have that stitched look to it. Do I want... Is that bigger? It is not. I don't know if I want to have it frame so you can see the cardstock. I think maybe we do. All right, let's see. I don't know. I don't have any more big pieces of blue. So let's see here. I think this is a template. Oh, no, it's not. What if we did... Is that the wrong shade of blue? I don't know. This is a blue fabric. I've got some black, and I think black would pop. But I don't want it to be black and black. So that's black and the navy. I could do it in reverse, where we just have a little peak of that blue sticking out. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm sorry that he's got epilepsy. That's not good. Okay. Don't give in, Robin. It's not time for food. All right, let's see what that is. That would be about 4 3/4. So let's cut that. I think that'll work. I'm going to go with that. Okay. And then I think I'm going to cut the black to mat behind it. So 5 inches? Yeah, I think 5 inches will be good. Let's see if it's the same height then as it is wide. Maybe we'll even... Should I do some gold? I don't know. I kind of like the way that looks. Stable now. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm trying to get it all worked out. All right, so we're going to put that on the front here. What do you think? Won't that be pretty on the front there? All right, let's add some distress inks to the blue, and then let's, it needs gold. Okay. We're going to do some sewing here in a moment. I think what I'll do is if I dip this blue in the gold embossing powder, that'll give us a little bit of a frame. So I'm going to get my glue pen. Yep, I got my glue pen. Shake that up. And we'll dip it in the gold embossing powder. Okay. All right, so we're going to start that. So I'm just going to take this glue pen and go right on the edge. Okay. And then after we do it, if we decide that the black also needs it, we can do that one as well. Okay. Close this up. Just tap off the excess a little better. Okay. All right, let's heat that one up. See how it looks. My goodness, it's just been crazy. Well, I'm glad you're able to stop in and hang out with us today. Lots of life. You know, that's just it. You know, life keeps us busy, and I got to go see someone that is actually a high school friend to Henry, but I've also become friends with the wife, and we got to go hang out with them Saturday night. And I said, you know, I know everybody gets busy, so if you want to hang out, you're just going to have to reach out to me because I don't like bugging other people. So I need to send her a message to thank her for hosting. She has a pool, so we got to hang out, and we had hamburgers and hot dogs, keeping it simple. And then we sat in their pool till, I guess it was 11:30 when we finally left. We were there late. Yeah, glue. Yeah, this is called, it's a Zig two-way glue pen. And so you can get pretty precise. There's other varieties as well, like a real fine point one. So if you just want to write something and you want it to have glitter or embossing powder, you can do that. I used to do this technique all the time when I made greeting cards. Okay. Now let's look at this. So if I put this on the black, move this out of the way, and then put this on top of that, I think I'm going to trim. I think I'm going to trim the fabric a little bit so I can see some of the blue, because I think I want the blue peeking out. Shouldn't we have the blue peeking out? Otherwise, this covers it completely up. What do you think? Trim it so you can see the blue, or leave it the way it is? Let me get a drink. Put this away. Okay. I don't know. I kind of like it. Just a little, just so we can see a little bit of the blue, like that amount, maybe. Trim it. Trim it. Okay, I'm going to trim it just slightly. All right, let me get my ruler and Actually, let me get this clear. That way I can see. All right, so we're going to put my ruler on the edge. Okay, if I just barely trim this. Okay, let's check it. Let's check it. Okay, if I trim it just a little bit more on the other side. Okay. Okay. So now we've got it left and right trimmed. So you can just barely see the blue on the left and the right. So now we just trim just a tiny, tiny bit off. Okay. Oh, I want it to fray. Just cut just a sliver off. Okay. All right, let's get rid of the mess. Now, when we put this on here, there we go. We just barely see the blue, and then we'll put it on the black. And then when we adhere it to the front here, we'll have a nice layered effect. Does that look good? All right, let's glue this together, and then we're going to take it over to the sewing machine. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to glue this piece down first. That's what it needed. There we go. Try to get that centered. Okay. All right, I'm just going to put a few dots of glue to help hold the fabric in place while we sew it down. So, got the sewing lamb out. We're ready. Okay. I think I've got it pretty centered. So I'm just going to stitch right on this edge to get it to stay together, and then we'll glue it to the front cover. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to stitch on this outside edge or not. I may just leave it. I think I'm going to leave it for now. It's Junkie Joe. All right, let's stitch this around. Am I in the camera? I bumped it earlier, so let's get it. There we go. I bumped it with my elbow. Okay. Let's see if I got this where I want it. Yep. I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch all the way around. And that'll catch that edge, so hopefully it won't fray. And we can see a little bit of that blue paper. The image that's on this fabric I printed with our direct-to-film garment printer, and then I press it with our heat press onto the fabric. So there it is. All right. Oops. He's incognito for... You're not seeing the whole thing? All right. Now, I think I'll just glue it at the top portion of this. So let's get the beacon glue. Clean off my nozzle a little bit. It's fractious today. All right, let's glue this down. Okay. All right, so next thing I need to do is pull out some cardstock for the inside. I'm trying to hold this up so I can see where I want to put it. I think that'll be good. Fabric scissors for a moment and trim this off. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see. Do we want probably one of these? Let's see. Oh, I've got two of these colors. So if we did the inside, I do have two of these, so I could put that on the inside. I'm trying to see if I have any other color. I don't think I have two of this one. No, I don't have two of this one. But I could make, if I did the cover and then I did the pocket out of that, I might have, I wonder if I have some printed paper in my pile here. I have this printed paper that if I wanted, I could layer that on top of this cardstock. So let's imagine if this was blue all the way across here. Oh, let's try it this way. So we're going to put that on the inside. And then if I made pockets with this piece, that would be kind of pretty in here. I think so. Okay. I've got a plan. Because I don't think 6 inches, 6 inches would be short. Which I think maybe I could get away with that. I don't know. If I cut this, let's cut it the right height. And then I can kind of judge what I need. So I need it to be 9 1/4 inches tall. And while this isn't wide enough to go all the way across, if I did it at 6 inches, I can move it that way because I'm going to have a piece in the center. It won't be perfectly centered, or I can cut this exactly the size I need and then I'll just have this scrap on the side. This piece will go right down the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 9 1/4 inches. So this is going to go here, right in the middle. And then if I cut this piece, let's say if we pretend that I cut it at 6 inches. That will overlap. Okay, I'm just going to cut it at 6 inches. It seems silly to waste a piece of paper, but if I put this down and then I put this over the top of it, when we score this down, I think it'll be fine. I may go ahead and turn it this way because it seems like the other side of this paper is a different color. And then this piece will go over here, like that. All right, so then I need my pocket. And I believe I want it to be, what is that? Let's do 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. Save that piece. And then I'll cut this at 6 inches. So that will go on top of this other and be a pocket. And since we did 3.5 inches, I'll do 3.25. Will that give me a nice little border? Or should I do 3 inches? Let's do 3 inches. So we'll do 3 inches. So see how this will give us a nice little border all the way around. Save this piece. And let's cut this back. All right, so this needs to be 5.5 inches. Yeah. So then that'll go on top right there, making a nice pocket. 5.5, like that. Okay. I know it's been a while since I've done a cover like this. All right, so I think these pieces can go on here. Let's add some distress inks to these and we'll start gluing it all together. I'm going to distress the top and the bottom of this piece. It's going to be covered on the left and right sides of it. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 All right. All right. Probably should have slid that over, but we'll be all right. Okay. So now when I put this piece down, it'll cover that. And then this will go on top. Yes. Ah, there you go. It's always about ideas, right? That was just some scrapbook paper I had. Okay. 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 Now, do I stitch around this piece before I glue all this together? What do you think? Do we need to stitch the frame on this pocket? Okay. We're almost done. Yes, stitch. Robin says stitch. All right, let's get the sewing lamb out. We're going to stitch. Okay. All right, so I'm going to glue these together and then we'll stitch them. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the center just to help hold it in place until I get the stitching done. Okay. All right, that'll go over here, and then we'll stitch this one. Okay. All right, so I think next week, I was going to do something else, but I didn't get this done today. We will make the other covers, and I've got a separate journal that I want to put in here. So I guess I have to work on some things behind the scenes, so to speak, and get it all ready. If I have everything pre-cut, then it'll go a lot faster. And each cover is going to be a little bit different. All right, we're going to stitch in a moment. I'm not putting a closure on here. I don't think it needs one. Okay. Glue this side down. Okay. Put this over here. All right. Put a little glue here. I'm going to turn it upside down just so that the pressure of it can kind of help adhere that together. All right, let's stitch these other pieces together. We're going to stitch them. Got the lamb. All right, I told you to go to the stitching camp. There we go. All right, I'm going to stitch around these pieces, glue the pockets down. We're going to glue the component, I'll make sure I'm in the camera, down the center on the inside. I know that I want to put some journal charms on the spine, but I think I'm going to wait and do that with y'all in one of the next sessions, because I kind of think I want to get off early here tonight because it's super hot and I need to go to the bathroom. I drank too much tea. All right, let's stitch this side down. This is going to look really cool when I have all these journal covers finished. All right. All right, let's put these down. So this is going to go right on top here. And I'll glue this one down. And then I'll have pockets on the inside. I didn't put a gusset. I'm just going to glue them straight down the way they are. Okay. And then do this one. Okay. All right. Fold this up a little bit. So there's the cover portion. All right. Okay. Now, what do I do with it? Here we go. So this piece is going to be glued right here down the center of the journal cover. So I'm going to get, do I want the beacon glue? Yeah, I think I'm going to do the beacon glue. I'm also going to get out some, will this one work? Okay, yeah, this one will work. I got two of them. I'll get these out. Okay. All right, so here's the complicated part. We're going to glue down the spine. I'm putting a generous amount here. If it seems too weak, then after the glue dries, I may I don't know if I'll hand stitch it because it's really too big to get under my sewing machine. But I'm going to try to put it right in the center here. See if I can see this. And I'll use my, oopsie, come on, stick down, my binder clips to hold it in place for now. Okay, so that'll take a little bit of time to adhere down, but I think you get the gist of what it will look like. How's that? All right, let me do something here. The camera's acting weird. All right, come on. Hang on. Come on, camera. There we go. Maybe it'll quit glitching. How's that look? And that's how thick it is. It's pretty crazy. Wowza. Yeah, it's huge. It is huge. So look how thick that is. I mean, that's a 2-inch spine on here. I'm going to let that set for a minute. I don't know what I want to put, if anything, on the spine. I saw something earlier, but I think I'm going to save it for a different journal. Where'd it go? So I have this gold piece that I might glue down the spine. And then I have, this is just some of them. I have these feathers that I might dangle. I've got this little charm. I've got a whole bunch of more charms. These were given to me by Robin. I've made some tassels. So I've got a lot of things. You like the spine though without it? Yeah. If it won't fit in my house, you will take it. I understand completely. Yeah, I think the dangles. I think it's going to need dangles on it. I'm going to let that dry, but I've got this little tassel that I want to put on it. I've got these beads. I have some different charms. So I have a variety of little things that I want to play with on here. Like this one is so cool. I don't know. Can I get it off of the others? I mean, it's huge, but there's some different things. Yeah, I have a bunch of Peacock stuff. I have a bunch. So yeah, I'm trying to decide, do I leave this portion the way that it is, and maybe, we've got this little guy can go on here. I've got this little guy that can go on here. I've got the feather. I bought these fancy feathers, and I think there's 3 of them, so I could do one in each of the 3 journals. Hey, Debs! Oh, thank you! Yeah, I've got 3. I know, but I've got so many dangles. So I'm thinking maybe let's just go overboard. You know, because if I can put a little chain and make this one at the bottom, this one at the top, you know, kind of stagger them. I'm just kind of laying them out there. And then I've got these other pieces that I can put on here. Like this one, I think Jennifer gave me this one. Yeah, I still got a bunch left. And then this, look at this little charm. Isn't that pretty? It's got feathers on it as well. I mean, can you see? All right. Well, I'll play around with how I want to put this together. And once the glue has set for the journal inside, I'll know for sure if I have to try to stitch it down or if it's going to stay in place. I'll trim up all the little pieces of threads on there. It is a petting journal, that is for sure. And I'll find some stuff to put in the pockets here. But I think this is, it's amazing. It's crazy. Crazy, I tell you, crazy. It's massive. And I got to make 2 more. A peacock sale, yeah. I think it'll be okay, Julie, because I am going to put it in my box that I'm going to put together. So when I've got that box ready to go and I set it in there, it'll be standing up and you'll see it from the spine. I think it'll be gorgeous. I think it'll be gorgeous. Oh my goodness, so much fluffy. Lots of goodness. All right, let's pick a winner of the 200 junk bucks. And I think I'm going to get off here a little bit early today, like I said. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate your support, and I hope you had fun watching. And I know that Julie said she was inspired by one of the papers that I shared. So, yeah, I'm going to make a box for it to go in. Holy peacock! I think it'll be pretty good once we get it all finished. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy how this is turning out. And my goal is, here's my fabric. I'll show you. I've got this fabric and this fabric for the other 2 journal covers. I thought since I like these with the fuzzy on them that we'd make all 3. And then I'll use different, wherever I put them, of the fabric squares. Here we go. I'll pull different fabric squares to go on the other 2. I have another image here that I was thinking about using, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just make a giant journal card out of this. Someone gave me this image, and I was going to make it for a journal cover, but I think what I'm going to do is just make a giant card out of it and put it on something. You like the polka dots? Yeah. Thank you so much, Margie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I think those will be a good addition as well. I'm going to put them over here on this side so you can kind of see lined up together. I think those will look pretty. Wow. And I may have to find a different shoebox. All right, let's pick a winner of 200 junk bucks, and then I'm going to get off here. So the winner, did I ever open the junk bucks? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. You like the polka dots? All right, the winner is da-da-da-da! Julie, you get some junk bucks. I'm going to need a suitcase, exactly. Alrighty, everybody, I'm going to get off here and cool off. It's hot here. It got up to 78 degrees in my room today. Hot, hot, hot. I even added a fan in here, trying to cool it off. I've got my ceiling fan going. I hope y'all enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you're inspired to create. Do something creative this week. Share it in the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, that item that you made, whatever you're inspired to do this week. Do something kind for somebody else. You never know what they're going through, and maybe just a little bit of kindness will brighten their day and just make it so much better. Yeah, it's hot. My face is hot because it's hot in here. My face is pink. Y'all have an amazing week. I'll see you next week, and we'll continue on this journey of making this chunky peacock journals. Lots of love to each and every one of you. Bye, everybody.